Hi sunshines, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, if this is your first time seeing this beautiful face, hi, I'm Winifred Carl and I'm a Nigerian YouTuber currently based in British Columbia, Canada, and you are most definitely welcome. So guys, today we're going to be sharing insights. We're going to be talking about support work, caregiving. If you're interested in these roles, then this video is for you. I'm going to be sharing with you guys tips on how to nail your caregiving and support work interview. So if you're preparing for an interview, you've been like called or sent an email like they want to schedule an interview, my dear, you're almost there. Just keep hanging on and make sure to prepare. So make sure to watch this video to the very end so that you can nail that interview. They will have no reason to not give you that role. Okay, so keep watching. Before we dive in, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload a video and another insightful video. Share with your friends that are interested in support work, interested in moving to Canada, and share your comments in the comment section. So let's get started. So as you are preparing for this interview, in fact, make sure to get to the interview like an hour early. If it's a virtual interview, make sure that you're already seated on your desk, bring out your computer. If possible, write out pointers, write out possible things. Like after watching this video, you can use the video to create like, okay, list of bullet points, like list of things that you should expect in the interview question. I mean, it changes, right? It varies, but at least you have an idea what to expect. Sit down on your desk, be ready with your computer. Don't ever, scramble around and just acting all confused right before the interview, because it will make you destabilized. Even if they're asking you the simplest questions, you will literally be running around the bushes. You'll be telling them stories about your life that they did not ask you for. And if you're going for a physical interview, make sure that you get there an hour before the interview time. The latest you should be there is maybe like 30 minutes before the interview time. Never get to your interview literally right on time, because you will just, everyone feels nervous if you're doing something that you have not done in a while, or you're going for an interview, you don't know these people, you're not used to, like, people get nervous when they are meeting new people for the first time. So even if you're the most confident person, it's good for you to have at least 20 minutes of you like trying to like get yourself in the zone. So don't ever get to an interview like literally right on time. Make sure that you're there very early if possible. Okay, it also shows your seriousness. It doesn't show that you're desperate for the job. It just shows that you're a kind of person that keeps to time. You're punctual, which is a plus for you. Okay, and then in the interview, make sure you start with a compelling open statement. She like, that kind of statement that I remember the interview I did, my last, like the community support work I have right now. The interview it was a virtual interview. I think it was on Zoom. And it got to a point, I could see the HR person doing like you can tell by their faces, because you guys can see how I talk, right? I'm a very passionate talker. Like I am very compassionate. The way I express myself, you can see the passion, the fire. So I can't remember what exactly she asked me at that moment, but I was like basically like showing my empathy, like showing how much I care and how much like dedication I have towards people that need help, how much I want to support people, support my community, help people in need. Like there are things that you would say that would really make them feel you. Like you will literally leave an impact that even if they interview 100 people that day, they will never forget you. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys like common questions to expect in this support work, caregiving, role, like the interview questions that usually come up. So the first one is obviously like the one that whatever role you get, they will always ask you, can you tell us about aside from them asking, can you tell us about yourself, where you talk about you just give them a brief summary of what you've done, talk about your passion for helping people, talk about how you're dedicated to providing excellence in the care of like in the people that you provide care for and all of that, giving them excellent care and all of that. I'm going to ask you, can you tell us about your experience with caregiving or support work, or like the experience you've had in these roles? And then you can tell them that yes, of course you can, like absolutely, you have like maybe like you have 5 years of experience, you have 3 years of experience. You don't have to like over exaggerate. Don't matter them you have 20 years of experience, because please, how old are you? But you can just talk about like the like actual experiences you've had like this amount of experiences where you've had the privilege of assisting individuals with either disabilities, people that needed, you can mention like a few of the specialized like care you've given to people, and then you can just talk about your experience and what stood out for you, how you were able to tackle that. Maybe like it could just be like challenges that you faced, like you can just share something about one of the things that you've done, like one experience that you've had and all of that, always linking back to like the job that you've done and kind of like bring it to connect to what they're expecting from you. Do you understand? The second thing is that they will ask you like, how are you, a lot of times they ask these kind of questions, how do you handle challenging situations, or how have you handled challenging situations in your previous roles, or how are you able to handle difficult clients? So in this kind of question, the best way to answer it is that, in my experience, like communication is key. Like everyone knows that when you're handling a difficult situation, it's always good to communicate effectively, because communication is what enables the whole thing to be resolved. You need to know how to, handle conflicts. You need to have a problem-solving skill. You need to be an effective communicator. So these are the things you're going to talk about, like the way you approach the challenging situation was with empathy and patience. Everyone knows I need to be patient. I mean, not a lot of people know, but like you need to be patient when it comes to handling, very sensitive clients. In fact, you need to be patient in this job as a caregiver or as a support worker. And then you can talk about you had to, employ your active listening skills to actually, pay attention to the client's concerns, and then you will try to find a collaborative, always show them that you can work together. Yeah, you've got active listening skills, you are a patient person, you are empathetic, and then you're able to work together, involving the client in the decision making as much as possible. Do you understand? So these are ways to answer questions, like make it to be very juicy. You make it to be very, to be sweet. Okay. The next one is, how do you ensure the safety and well-being of your clients? These are questions that can come up, and then you're just going to assure them that like the safety of your clients are your top priority. Like it is a priority to you. You make sure that you follow established protocols. You make sure that you regularly assess the environment to ensure, that you identify potential risks and you get rid of them. Making sure that the client is comfortable, making sure that you're always, attentive. And then you maintain an open communication with the clients and their families. You also tell them how being attentive and proactive is very crucial in creating a comfortable and secure environment for your clients. Another question they can ask you is, how do you handle conflicting priorities, or how do you handle a busy schedule? They usually ask these questions even in office jobs daily. They ask these questions because they want to know, they want to be able to tell or trust that you've got like your priorities set right, you know how to prioritize right. So you just tell them. I think the best way to answer this kind of question is that time management is a very, very essential. It's so important to know how to manage your time and know how to prioritize your tasks based on urgency. Like you assess the situation and then you prioritize based on urgency and importance, creating a schedule that allows for flexibility, and obviously staying organized, utilizing technology, making use of, like if you have to employ project management, softwares, planners, in order to make sure that you've got your, priorities set, you've, outlined your tasks and look at the most important, the most urgent, and all of those things. And then you seek support from your colleagues. Always make sure that you paint yourself, or you show them that you're a team player as well, that you work with your colleagues, and when needed to maintain high quality care and all of that, you consult your colleagues, you seek for their support and all of that. And then the next question, depending on the kind of caregiving role that you're applying for, or it could be a support work role, it could be a mental health support work role, it could be a shelter role. Like if it has to do with mental health, if it has to do with dealing with aggressive clients or very anxious clients and all of that, like behavioral, that you might encounter behavioral challenges, they would most likely ask you behavioral questions, and then it will go this way. Tell us about a time when you had to adapt to unexpected changes in your work routine. They could also ask you to describe a situation where you had to advocate for your client's needs. It could just be any question, right? Don't think that these questions are exactly what's going to come out. They could just twist it and it could all be the same idea. For about a time when you have to handle unexpected changes in your work routine, or like unexpected, situations arise and all of that, you tell them that adaptability, you talk about being able to adapt to like whatever the job throws at you. Adaptability is a very, very like important skill. It's in fact a core skill in caregiving. You need to be able to adapt to situations. And then you can talk about a previous role when maybe there was a sudden change in the client's health condition, there was a high anxiety situation, or something where you had to like quickly adjust your care plan and maybe collaborate with the healthcare team, reach out to the family, and you guys, taking the client to a healthcare facility to ensure the client's well-being during a transition. Do you understand? So you just have to show them that, okay, you are quite adaptable and you can handle situations, because in caregiving, like, there are so many uncertainties, like things can just arise. You can just be there, everything is calm, next thing there's like chaos everywhere. So you just have to make sure that you know how to minimize like situations like that. You know how to handle crises, because you want to see your crisis management skills, your conflict resolution skills, like problem solving skills. These are skills that are high when it comes to you even crafting your resume. You need to make sure that these skills are like top on the list. Do you understand? So these are the things that you look at. And then when it comes to like advocating for your clients, because you're pretty much, when you're a support worker, you're practically the mouthpiece of your clients, because a lot of your clients cannot really communicate their needs to like people that they are maybe like healthcare personnel, or even in the community. Like, you need to sometimes advocate for them. You need to be there for them. You need to be their mouthpiece. You need to sometimes communicate on their behalf. So you need to be able to tell them that, okay, you need to give them an instance of where maybe a client needed a medical attention, and you had to work closely with healthcare providers, and you had to like tell them, okay, this is what the client is currently taking, this is the medication, your client's medication schedule, and you have noticed that maybe this particular drug makes your client drowsy or makes your client react this way after he takes this drug. You need to be very attentive to your clients as well. So yeah, I hope you guys were able to learn one or two things from this video. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments section. I just like to do this because I feel like a lot of people are interested in support work. A lot of people are coming to Canada as support workers, or not just as international students. They want to come in as health caregivers and all of that. I hope this video was really helpful. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of those good things. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.